So what's up, everyone? It is your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna get into my favorite blush, bronzers, and highlighters of 2022. Girl, yes, we at the end of the year. I'm filming this on February the 9th. I'm trying to get these done soon because I don't know when snow's gonna decide to hit Chicago, and I ain't trying to come out here for this by then. Hopefully I'll be able to get the eyeshadows done pretty soon. I'm waiting on a couple more palettes to show up, so that's why I'm not filming that one, because I would love to film that one first and just get it out the way so I can take my millions of palettes home. But alas, we can't do that. So let's get into this one. So I'm gonna start off with probably blushes, just because I feel like that's what I have the least amount of. I do have some face palettes, believe it or not, though, so we're gonna get into those very last. We're gonna do blush, then we're gonna do bronze, then we're gonna do highlighters, then we'll do the face palettes and be done. So hopefully this won't be more than 20 minutes, girl, because y'all know I talk a lot. So let's get into it, because I'm talking a lot right now. So I'm gonna start off with, I guess I'll start off with some with an affordable one. This is the most affordable one out of all of them, I believe. So this is the Be Perfect Scorched blushes in the shade Fever. I just like the formula of these blushes. If you like that hourglass type formula to your blush, I definitely feel like you would like these. And these, of course, are going to be more affordable because they'll Be Perfect, but I feel like they're just as nice as those. They have the pigmentation. They have that baked gelée type situation going on. So if you like that and you don't want to give Hourglass $1 million, I definitely think you should check out these blushes. They have a lot of nice colors. The orange one I keep ordering keeps showing up broken from Beauty Bay, and then they don't ever want to give me my money back. So that's why I stopped buying them, because I'm just like, you're going to keep showing up broken. You're going to keep not giving me my money back and giving me the runaround. So it's like, I just don't buy these from them. They give you shitty customer service when it comes to like giving you a response and talking about if they're gonna give you a refund or not. So I don't have time to play with them, because it's like, I gave them the benefit of the doubt, let them send me, ordered another one, and they still should have broken both times. They didn't refund me either time. So I'm like, I'm done with y'all trying to buy these blushes, because you don't package things properly and then you don't want to give people their money back, and I'm not playing with your ass. Anyway, next I have the dual use blush and shadow from, Eyes Cheek from Valentino. Y'all know I'm blaming the fancy face for this purchase. I actually have on one right now. I have on the one called Born in Roma, it's the same color as the fragrance Born in Roma that's in the pink spiky container I showed you all in the perfume video. But here's what this blush looks like on the inside. This is the shade, I forgot what the name of the shade is. It says it on the box, but it's like they don't put it on here. They just call it the number 10, but it's this gorgeous berry shade. I feel like I don't have that many shades like this in my collection, so I definitely wanted to go ahead and grab it. I knew I should get a new battery, because as soon as I sat down, we in 2 minutes in, and I'm gonna have to try to edit and piece this together. But yeah, I've been using these a lot. Like, I ordered these two colors during the last Sephora sale, and this is Sephora sale going on right now while I'm filming this, and I'm thinking about ordering one more, because one wasn't in stock when I wanted to get it. But I'm trying to be good and not do that, because I gotta buy those highlighters from Rare Beauty. The next thing I have is the She's Blushing Double Take Cream and Powder Blush from Patrick Ta. This is a new shade he came out with when he came out with all the ones from the palette. This is just a gorgeous mauve shade. Y'all know I love his blushes. I buy just about every blush he has, and this looks absolutely stunning. So of course, you know, I used it throughout the year just because, you know, I love me some Patrick Ta. I'm gonna go get a battery for real now. But the next one we have to talk about is Vive. I don't know if I talked about this one last year or not, so I'll get into that in a second. Okay, yeah, but I was saying about the Vive blush. Where did I put it? Oh, I put it back in the box. Okay, I have the shade Piazza. This is what it looks like. It's like one of those Your Skin But Better blushes. When I don't know which blush I'm gonna put on with the eye look I have on, I put on something like this because it matches my skin tone pretty well, but you can still tell I have on blush. It actually gives a little bit more of a blush bronzer combination type vibe, in my opinion, especially if you're a tan skin tone. I feel like you can get away with this as a blush and a bronzer. You have to, you know, see for yourself though. But I really like this blush. It is one of my most used things from Vive, along with the lipstick. I like just about everything I've tried from her. I actually have the concealer and her face palette coming. I want to test it against the Burberry one that got discontinued that I really loved, to see if it's just as good. Now this one blush, you're probably gonna be surprised about, because if you watch my worst makeup of 2022 I've tried so far, I actually put it in there. But I've since found a way of which I like to use it, which makes me like it a whole lot better now. So this is the original House Labs, what is this, All Over Rouge in the shade Bellini. So if you all remember, I told you I didn't feel like this worked well for like people my skin tone or whatever. I can't remember if it's this or the highlighter that's about to fall out. That's why I'm holding my finger where I am. But it ended up looking really nice on the skin. What happens is I have to use this with a stippling brush to make sure that the color shows up on my skin, because when I use it with a traditional brush, it wasn't picking up enough product, and then it was kept disappearing. When I use it with the stippling brush on the face, I feel like it does a really nice job and gives a nice glow, and when I put on a matte blush and I feel like it's not giving enough, I like to add this as a blush topper. So it actually ended up working out a lot better for me after I found a way that I wanted to use it. So I wanted to make sure I put it in here to let it redeem itself, I guess, and show what that I like it now. I have more expensive things to show. Let me see. I get this Gucci blush. I have the shade Warm Berry. It's Cheeks and Eyes Luminous Matte. I actually really like this color. I've been wearing this color quite a bit. As you can see, it's been used quite a bit. Like half the Gucci that was written on it is disappeared. I really like this blush. I wish they had more blushes that work for my skin tone, but I only have this one and the pink one because those are the only ones I feel like would work the best for my skin tone. The rest of them are entirely too light. But you know, I got my little token blush from them and I make the pink one work, so you know that works. Plus I can always just buy the Valentino one since you know they're more pigmented and they, you know, have better shade selection for all skin tones. So that's why I have like 3 and want to have more Valentinos, but I only have like the 2 Gucci's because it's like I had to guess between those 2 shades and hope that the pink one would work out for me. It barely worked out, but you know, it worked out enough to where I could, you know, work with it. So next I have the, what is this, About Face Cheek Freak Blush in Big O. I really like this blush. Again, I like to have unique shades in my collection that I don't have that many of. So I feel like this and then putting the Valentino one on top of it would be like a gorgeous look. Even though this dries down pretty nice on its own, I just like to set it. But I actually usually set this with the Gucci one I just showed you, the Gucci Berry one. So, I'm sorry, Warm Berry. So that's a really nice combination I like to have. As we know, I have oily combination skin. You can tell by the oil seeping out of my face right now that I can't just wear, you know, a blush on its own. Last night, y'all know Mother's Divine blushes were going to be in here. These are Divine Blush Duos. I brought the shade Paradise Glow with me. That's my most used shade. But I use all 3 of them pretty consistently. I use a lot of my Pat McGrath blushes a lot. I like to use, you know, her blushes a lot because I feel like she does a wonderful job. I hope she brings us bronzers in 2022 because honey, 2023, honey, let her bring some bronzer. Nobody else's bronzer will exist to me. Let Mother come out with one bronzer, just one. Please, Mother, bring us a bronzer. But this is what it looks like. As you can see, it's just another one of those. I don't know what blush to put on with the eye look I have on, so I'm going to put on this blush so I can have some blush, but it's not the wrong color. It's not going to clash with the eye look. So these are the type of blushes I like to wear with that. I actually have I told y'all what blush I had on earlier today. It's a really bright pink blush, but I thought it complemented the green eyes nicely. I love the eye look I had on yesterday, but I messed around and forgot to, what do you call it? Forgot to film it. I mean, I forgot to take a picture when I was at work because they were fixing the toilets in the break room, and so I didn't realize I didn't, you know, take the pictures like the end of the night after I had taken my makeup off at home and everything. I was really upset because I'm telling y'all, that looks fine. Next one, I feel like you shouldn't be surprised about this because I showed you my current favorites that I really like this product. This is the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpting Transforming Skin Enhancer. Can you tell I really like this? Like, I have literally hit pan on this thing because I was using this like all summer long once it came out. So that's why mine is at pan. But I do have another shade that'll work better for me in the summer, in the winter time. This is the deepest shade he has. I have the shade Deep, I believe it is, or it might just be dark, that I can use now. So I'm gonna hold off on this, and then when the spring sale comes, I can buy another one of the shade I need. And I'll probably have hit pan on the other one because I really like this product. Like, it goes on so smoothly and nicely. It just looks so airbrushed and wonderful. The funny thing is, I don't like to put his bronzer on top of this though, like the little powder bronzer or the skin enhancer that you're supposed to use as a bronzer or highlighter, or just like an all over skin. I don't like that product nearly as much as I like this one, so I'm gonna just stick to this one. But that is the first cream bronzer I have. Of course, we know there's more than about, what, 4 or 5 cream bronzers in here, y'all. Y'all know cream bronzer was all the rage. So I just figured I should show the next Mario one now and just get it out of the way. So this is the Soft Sculpt Shaping Stick in the shade Dark. Now, I did only get one shade of this because I didn't know how I was going to feel about it. And I was like, I already have the 2 other ones, so how many do I need? But I really like this as well. As you can see, it's a little bit lighter than the one I just showed you because it's supposed to be dark, not deep dark, or dark deep. So this is a really nice stick too as well. I've been using this and like a couple of other ones non-stop, but I had to bring them over here for the video, so I'm happy I can take it back home and use them. But it helped me use other things in my collection. Like today I have on the NARS cream bronzer. I put that in last year, which is why I don't want to put it in again this year. I'm pretty sure I put it in last year. Don't quote me because I had the shade Casino, but I'm not sure. So next, of course, y'all know I have the LYS No Limits cream bronzer in the shade Strength. The shade I wear in all the bronzing products from LYS is Strength. I'd like you to please keep the owner in your prayers. because she recently lost her mother. So if you can go over and say a kind word on any of her posts, I'm sure she would greatly appreciate it, because I can't imagine how it feels to lose your mom. But just keep her in your prayers and leave her a kind word. That would, I'm sure she would appreciate it. But her product is wonderful. All her products are wonderful, and I'm so happy to have that as a part of my collection. Sorry, y'all, I'm trying to move stuff around as I go and talk. Okay, y'all, I only got 2 more cream bronzers left. One, I guess, is considered a contour product, but I have the Milani Conceal and Perfect Liquid Contour in the shade 3 called Toffee. So I did a dupe video with this and the Charlotte Tilbury, and I felt like they were about the same. Now obviously it's not going to be nearly as smooth, as easy gliding on the skin as the Charlotte Tilbury. It was pretty damn close though, and this you can get for $10.99, and Charlotte Tilbury is already sold out. So I feel like this was a great alternative and option. Plus I like the fact that I feel like they have more colors than Charlotte Tilbury, so to me that was always a good thing as well too, because it's like a lot of times when she comes out with stuff, I feel like she's not as inclusive as she could be with everything, and then when people make dupes of it, then other people get mad and they're like, oh well, it's not original and they're copying. But it's like, how many times did she come out with stuff and not been inclusive for everyone? And half the time, I hate to say it, but the people I see talking about it being unfair and not right are people who aren't the same color as me, who is the one that's excluded. You're included, so I can understand you feeling that way, but what about everyone else who isn't? Just take that thought into mind next time you start complaining about it. You're included, so you can feel that way, but the people that aren't included are just happy to be included, even if it isn't from the person who originated the idea. So sometimes I feel like people need to think about that before they start talking about stuff, because it's like, it's easy to say when you're always included. I'm always excluded, or a good majority of the time excluded. So when someone else comes out with something, I'm fine with it, because that gives me opportunity to be included. Think about that next time. Anyway, the next thing I have to talk about is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Sun Kissed Glow Bronze in the shade 4 Deep. This is what it looks like. As you can see, mine has been well loved. It looks disgusting. Look all around it. Like the tea is disappearing off it. Like, I had a love affair with this bronzer this summer. I would go between this one and the Makeup by Mario one you all saw. But as you can see, there's not as much in the Makeup by Mario as this one, or else I feel like I wouldn't hit pan on it as soon. But either way, I love both of them equally. This one is just for the luxury high-end lover in me, and the Makeup by Mario is a little bit more affordable. And I love them both, like I said. So that's why both of them are in here. Now let's finally get into the powders. I actually don't have that many powder bronzers to talk about, believe it or not. I don't feel like I tried that many powders because everybody was on the cream kick, so you didn't have that many powder to try out. But this one I tried out really late to the game. Like, I think I tried it out like maybe a couple of months ago, but I could not put it down. I absolutely love this product. And it's crazy because I don't use like red tone bronzers this time of year. But because I love the formula in this so much, I was like, let me just go ahead and keep using it, you know. Like, I put like a more neutral cream underneath, so that way it won't pull as red. Because you gotta think, if I put a red cream and then a red bronzer on top of it, it'd be a whole hot mess. Let me show what it is while I'm just over here talking forever. This is the Mented Cosmetics Long Beach Ultra Matte Powder Bronzer. The shade is Long Beach. I just read it the way it was on the back because it's like almost 4 in the morning. I'm tired. But this is what it looks like on the inside. As you can see, I made a good little dent in it, even though, you know, I don't really like to wear red bronzer this time of year, but I had to try it out for the melt video when I did the eyeshadow palettes, the 4 looks with it. So I tried it out in there, and that's when I found out how gorgeous it was. And I was like, oh, okay, the formula on this is really, really nice. I wish they had more shades though. That's my only complaint when it comes to it. There's literally, I think, like maybe 3 to 4 shades, and it's like, I need more shades of bronzer than that. I feel like they did a good job, but it's like, there's no shade for anybody darker than me when it comes to that bronzer. So again, Too Much Mouth doesn't have a shade. Cocoa Swatches doesn't have a shade. Nima Tang doesn't have a shade. Lupita Nyong'o doesn't have a shade. Like, there are people darker than me out here and they want a bronze too. So it's like, the fact that you don't have a shade for them is just It's because you don't have any black employees, so that's why you don't know deeper shades for black people. Because if y'all remember, when it came to pull up for change, they said that they didn't have anybody working for them to look like me. I ain't forgot. I have not forgotten. So did you get some more black people? Because if you did, they'd have told you that you need a bronzer for the people I just named, because they darker and that one would most likely match their skin tone. Moving on. Next, I have an affordable one. So let's get into this affordable one. This is L'Oreal Infallible Soft Matte Bronzer. I have the shade, I believe it's 500. Yeah, 500 Dark. I think this is amazing drugstore bronzer for what it is. I feel like it's really similar to the, if you all saw my video, then you know I feel like it's really similar to the Jaclyn Cosmetics bronzer, and this one's only 16 bucks. So you could buy 2 of these for the price of one of hers. So, and I think if I remember correctly, I read that this one had more product in it than hers did. So I definitely say go ahead and get this one and just skip hers, because it's like you're paying for some fancy packaging when they literally have the same formula. In my personal opinion, you can go watch that video. I'll try to remember to link it up above, or you can just search my channel for it. But this is a great drugstore bronzer, and I'm so happy to have it in my collection. I was iffy about getting it because it was $6. Anyway, so the last bronzer I have to talk about, it was so funny because I was talking about this brand when they re-released it, Sephora, and how I wasn't interested in anything they had, and I wasn't interested in their bronzer or anything like that. And now the bronzer's in the video, but I only ended up getting the bronzer because I had to try the foundation. So if you know, you know I'm talking about the Haus Labs Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer. I have the shade Deep Level 10. Now, she came out with some bronzers, honey. Like, she had a whole bunch of different shades of bronzers, different undertones of bronzers and everything. Miss Gaga did not come to play after she had had the situation with her first thing with Amazon. She came out swinging like, you not finna put me down again. She was not playing with the girls today. So she made sure that she came out with this gorgeous bronzer right here, and I ain't mad at her. Like, the formula's really nice. The it goes on the skin really nice. I like the undertone of this one. I like the fact that she has a good variety of shades when it comes to the bronzers, because a lot of brands lack when it comes to their shades of bronzers, and I definitely think they could do a whole lot better. So I appreciate her coming out the gate with a decent amount of bronzers. But like I said, she was not coming to play. Y'all was not about to clown her again. Nobody was gonna, y'all was gonna put some respect on her name, because honey, the first launch, I didn't even buy anything from it. I just was not feeling anything I saw. But now I'm curious to see if she's going to come out with eyeshadow in this new Sephora line. Because I bought, I think it was a Stupid Love palette that Nikka Tutorials was raving about when her brand came out. Just to see how the quality was going to be compared to her new stuff when it gets to Sephora. So I'm just patiently sitting back and waiting for that. So I can compare them and then see which one I like best. And then declutter that palette. Because I have lots of palettes that have similar color stories to that. But that's the only one I was intrigued enough to buy when the sale went on. Okay, so the now we're gonna get into the highlighters. So I have the Pillow Talk Multi Glow Beautifying All Over Glow Highlighter in the shade Deep Light. Sorry, Dream Light. This is the deeper of the two. I forgot the name of the other one, but as you can see, mine is heavily used. It's gross and disgusting. As you can see, there's like spots all over it because I've been using it a lot. But I really like this highlighter. Like, you can use it individually, you can smear it all around. As you can see by the way mine looks, I just smear it all around and use it. I rarely just dip into a certain part. I think I only dipped into a certain part when I did the video comparing the face palette she came out with, the Pillow Talk, to this. And as you can see, this clearly won because you don't see the Pillow Talk palette anywhere. But all fairness, I haven't gotten to the palettes yet, but the formula on this is beautiful. I really like a lot of Charlotte Tilbury's face product. I feel like she does an excellent job when it comes to those. But some other stuff, not so much. Next we have the Jaclyn Hill, what is it? Reflective Light Putty Highlighter. Now I know this is just a bougie version of the of a Super Shock shadow, but I feel like it's a decent enough product for me to talk about it. Plus it has a rose gold, and I don't feel like I've seen any rose gold highlighters from ColourPop with all the Super Shocks they've come out with. I feel like they play it safe with the same champagnes and golds or whatever. So I appreciate her coming out with a rose gold highlighter. I really liked the form on it, and I feel like this one's a little bit more wet and a little more reflective than the what do you call them, the Super Shock highlighters, which is another reason I wanted to put it in here. Plus, like I said, I haven't seen a rose gold one from them, and I love a rose gold highlighter, so I really like this product, and I wanted to go ahead and put it in here. I actually usually pair this with my Dior highlighter just because I don't like the undertone of that, but that makes it look so nice, so I'll pair it with that. Or I'll pair it with another highlighter I'm about to show you now. So of course y'all know I have another LYS product. I love this highlighter so much. This is the Lys Aim High Press Highlighter Palette in the shade Genuine Rose Gold. I actually showed y'all this in my haul earlier of products that I, you know, liked from 2022 so far. But as you can see, I still got that dip in there because I've still been using this highlighter, and it's actually grown a little bit from what I remember. So clearly it has been loved. I love a rose gold highlight from time to time. Like when I'm doing pink eye looks, I prefer a rose gold highlight. So that's when I like to pull these out. When I do pink and green eye looks, when I do purple eye looks, sometimes it just depends. But I like to have rose gold highlighters in my arsenal. So if you haven't noticed, I've shown you like 2 or 3 rose gold highlighters. But of course y'all know the Fenty Beauty, what is this? Toasted Swirl Bronze Shimmer Powder. I don't consider this a shimmer powder, it's a highlighter, girl. This isn't a shimmering bronze, it's a highlighter. But you know, do you. This is the shade Chocolate Swirler. I have Pecan Swirler at home because that's my favorite one. But I actually been using this one quite a bit here in my grandma's house because I just been liking to reach for the Fenty highlighter. So I'm thinking maybe I should bring the Pecan Swirler back since that's my preferred shade. And then I can have it here to use since I reach for it here quite a bit. But I love these highlighters. They're actually 50% off at Sephora right now. And then you get an extra 20% off. So girl, yes. Go grab it. Snatch it. I doubt you'll see this video when that comes out, but it'll still probably be 50% off. I love these highlighters. They're very impressive. And for the price with this huge pan, girl, you better go snatch it. It's 12 grams of highlighter in here for $21. And y'all know Fenty be, sometimes the prices be high, sometimes they be low. It all depends. The last two highlighters I have are more affordable, so let's get into those. I mean, not that the LYS wasn't affordable. We all know it is. But next I have the Be Perfect Polar Vortex in the shade Atmosphere. I love this highlighter. Again, it's that Gelée baked formula, so they really got it down packed with the Gelée baked formula when it comes to products from what do you call that brand, from Be Perfect. It's really similar to, I don't know if this is really similar to the Hourglass when it comes to the reflectiveness and the glitter that's in this highlighter, because I feel like this one's kind of glittery, and I don't necessarily feel like the Hourglass ones are, but I feel like, again, it has a really beautiful formula just like the Hourglass does. So if you don't want to pay Hourglass prices, you should definitely go ahead and get your hands on this, because it's like it's going to be way more affordable than the Hourglass. I'm trying to tell you, putting all the highlighters on this side. Okay, the last highlighter I talked about, this brand has actually been out for a while, but this is my first time actually really trying out this highlighter. I ended up finding it at Nordstrom's Rack when I ordered the Climax palette, and the I ordered a NARS Orgasm face palette just because I wanted to try some NARS face products. I haven't tried any in ages besides like the cream bronzer and like foundations and concealers, so I ended up grabbing that. But I ended up also grabbing a couple of things from this brand. This is Alamar Cosmetics. I got the La Playa highlighter. And oh my god, y'all, the formula on this is so amazing. I've been using this like every day when I want to use a gold highlighter, just because the formula is so beautiful on it. I feel like this formula is just as nice as the Jaclyn Hill one. And I think this one is a little bit more affordable than hers. Don't quote me though, because I don't remember. I bought this from Nordstrom's Rack, so of course it wasn't the regular price that you have to pay. So I'm not sure, but I'm going to have to add this to the what is it, underrated versus overrated box, just because, you know, I feel like they both do about the same thing, and I feel like this brand doesn't get as much acknowledgement as it should, because I feel like they have a lot of good products, but like a lot of times people just sleep on them for whatever reason. Like I need to get them liquid blushes they just came out with. I'm over here like thirsty, like, but when? Sorry, trying to get my box together. I'm like, but when? When are they coming out? Okay, so last but certainly not least, honey, we're gonna get to the end now. We at the end with the face palettes. So it looks like I might make my goal of getting done by 20 minutes. I don't know though, because I had to break it up into a couple of different videos because I had to change the battery and all that. But I'm lie to myself and tell myself that I did the 20 minutes. Yay me. Okay, so my last thing I have to talk about is, oh, this stays here, is these face palettes, like I said. Well, I mean, one of them is a duo, so I don't know if that should count as a face palette. We're going to put it in the face palette category just because I felt like it. So, I have the Juvias Place Blushed Rouge in volume 4. Of course, we all saw this all over TikTok, all over YouTube, all over Instagram, all over everywhere. So here's what they both look like. A lot of people were liking this one because it's similar to the Dior. Of course, I prefer the top one because it works better for my skin tone, but I usually just mix my brush in both of them and just put it on. The formula on these is amazing. Juvia's Place always has great formulas and great qualities for a whole bunch of stuff. So I wasn't surprised that it was as good as it was, because I remember that first blush palette. I wish they had came out with the shade B, another shade to go with it perfectly, because the shade B and their face palette was stunning. I love that purple blush so much. But anyway, this formula on this is really nice. I would get some more if they had more colors that I liked, but I haven't seen any more colors that I'm truly crazy about. So it's like I'm not just going to buy it just because I like the formula. I need to like the color too. Next I have the Victoria Beckham matte bronzing brick. I have the shade 5. This is the deepest shade they have, so I feel like they should get some deeper shades, because again, anyone deeper than I am can't use this bronzer. And it's a beautiful product and has a nice little contour and then a deepening bronze shade. So I feel like people would enjoy being able to use this product, but you need to make some more shades. But I guess 5 to start off with is okay. Not sure how I'm feeling about that, but you know, the product is beautiful, I will give it that. Next I have Mother's Divine Blush and Glow Trio. Now I love the highlighter here, that's mainly why I brought it. Of course I love the blush as well. Like I use the shade Cherish in here a lot more than my individual one. I'm thinking about selling my individual one because I have this palette. And then I love the shade Venus Nectar. I didn't get this highlighter in individual. I'm glad I didn't because it showed up in this palette later on. So I'm happy to have this in my collection. It's absolutely stunning. The only one I can't use really is the one in the middle, and I don't really try to. But since I can use the majority of them, I guess I just let that slide. But I really like this face palette because I love the highlighter in there. Like Venus Nectar is like everything to me when it comes to that palette. That's mainly what I reach for it for because like I said, I already own Cherish in a single. But at this point, I'm probably going to sell it. So don't be surprised if you pop up on my Bakerie and see it there. Okay, next I have this Lethal Face Palette. This is the one for, I think it's deep or dark. I don't know which category they put it under, I forgot. But I've been using this quite a bit, so I had to shout it out. Like, look at my bronzer. Look at that hole in my bronzer. I've really been enjoying the bronzer in here. When I don't know what to put on and I need to rush to make a video, I'll grab this face palette. I know this bronzer is going to be good and look nice on the skin. I know this berry tone blush works for my skin tone very well. And like this trophy wife-ish highlighter looks really nice on the skin. It's not really glittery. It blends into the skin really nicely like butter and has a nice little simple gold sheen to it, but it's not overpowering, not a lot of reflective glitter like trophy wife. So it's a light version of trophy wife, I guess, when it comes to like the heaviness of the glitter, in my opinion, if that made any sense. Lastly, I have the cheek palette, the Divine Blush Plus Glow cheek palette in Divine Rose. Divine Rose is the deeper one of the two, so again, it has the shade Divine Rose in it. I was excited about the highlighters in here because the shade Nude Nectar just absolutely gorgeous. I think there's one new blush in here, don't quote me. I don't remember which one it's supposed to be though. I think it's supposed to be this super light one here, this Desert Orchid too, and then the rest of them are supposed to be older ones. Well, no, I think Peony Rose is new too because I don't think that's an original shade. I know this is Divine Rose, this is Peony Rose, I believe, and then this is Peony Rose because this is Electric Bloom. So these two are new and these two are old. So I was actually thinking about decluttering some more of these individual ones just because I'm like, I already have this whole face palette, and then I can get rid of some stuff in my collection. I have more space, so don't be surprised if you see Electric Bloom and Divine Rose on my Bakerie as well, because I already have them in these face palettes. But the highlighter is the star of showing here for me. I already have these. This shade is really nice, but you know, there's that. But those are all the face products I had to talk about in today's video. So you can comment down below and tell me if you have any of them and if you agree with what I said. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.